Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another TEW2020 Predicts video here today. Starting in May of 2022 this time, and starting in the shortlist, of course they are not. We're starting our first women's wrestlers, one of these, and we are starting who better than the Prodigy, Rok-C. Rok-C just signed for NXT as Roxanne Perez. Bags of potential for the Prodigy. So young, trained by Booker T. Very good in ring already, only 20 years of age. Very, very bright future ahead. It seems all but inevitable. But how will she get on? We're going to find out. We are in May 2022. She is 20-year-old. I'm going to have to go quite a while into the future. I can already see, to get to the end of Rok-C, Roxanne Perez, what you want to call her right now, career, and we'll see how she get on. Can the Prodigy climb to the top of NXT and then to the top of WWE, or will she leave? Will she go to AEW? Will she go to Impact? Where will she find herself throughout her career? Lively personality type, she could go anywhere. I mean, she'll have a long career, so I imagine she'll go to a few places at the very least, but let's not speculate, let's go find out. So without further ado, I'm going to simulate forward to the end of the career of Rok-C, and we will see how the Prodigy gets on in her career. And here we are, Thursday, week 1, November 2052. Sadly, Warhorse has left the business at 60 years old. Good luck to you. Let's just go have a look at her. Rok-C. God, bunch of people. Rok-C, let's see how she's got on. Rok-C is retired. She is just a manager now. You're just looking at the profile, the things you notice. She's a bully now, which, you know, good for her. She's enjoyed 33 years of experience based in the Northwest. Toned, small, pops in the 80s, so quite high. Recent news, inducted into AEW Hall of Fame upon her retirement. So, at the very least, AEW. So let's go for it. Right, she got into a relationship with Christian Casanova, Carmelo Hayes. What a talented NXT couple that was. Then she got a severe concussion. She was out for a year, a month, and 2 weeks. And, oh God, what is that? A month after she got a severe concussion, she was caught cheating on Carmelo Hayes with Austin Theory. Yep, and Andre Chase hated her because of that. I assume he's best mates with Carmelo Hayes. So, Rok-C together with Austin Theory now, and out with a severe concussion. Now, she got a severe concussion September 2025, and she was hired by AEW in April 2027. So after the concussion, she had some time back in WWE, then signed by AEW, joined them, and stayed for the rest of her career. She broke up with Austin Theory in February 2033, so they had been together at least 8 years. God knows when the cheating started. Then she got into a relationship later on with Brogan Finlay. In 2045, they broke up in 2049. Another injury later on in her career, only for 51 days though. And then finally, officially fully retiring August 2052. So I was a few months out, but we get close. As the career of the Prodigy that is Rok-C has come to an end. A career with a pretty long-term injury, you know, full of out-the-ring drama in her relationship, but a career largely spent in AEW. She was with AEW from May 2027 all the way to her retirement in August 2052. So 25 years with AEW. Who we will, of course, check if they were actually alive, because, I mean, their hit rate for being alive at this point isn't very good, is it? Title history-wise for Rok-C, a 16-time AEW TBS champion. My word, I usually go through every reign, but God, I don't know if I can. I can. Because she's also a 16-time AEW Women's World Champion. Jesus Christ. 32 championships in AEW. 16 TBS, 16 Women's World. Oh my lord. Rok-C is... The Prodigy is... Oof. I mean, nicknamed the Prodigy, that's some legendary stuff right there. Also, she was NXT Women's Champion for a little bit. She won it in June 2024. She held it to July 2024 as Roxanne Perez. She was a Women's Tag Team Champion, September 2025 to September 2025. She's a WWE Women's Tag Champ. There you go. She was WWE Women's Tag Team Champ, not NXT. From September 2025 to September 2025, week 1 to week 4, so only 3 weeks with Indy Hartwell. Roxanne Perez and Indy Hartwell, love that tag team. And then she was Raw Women's Champion from January 2027 to March 2027, 2 months. Lost it before WrestleMania, won the fence. Roxanne Perez, Rok-C. I mean, pretty good career in WWE. Not like a bunch of titles, but NXT Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion, Women's Tag Champ, a SmackDown Tag title from completing the set. But then went to AEW, and the only word is dominated, isn't it? 16-time AEW Women's World Champ, 16-time AEW TBS Champion. Dominant. Her last title was the AEW Women's World title, 16th March 2049 to May 2049. Amazing. Long reigns. Her final 3 AEW Women's World title reigns, all starting in week 1 March 2047 and ending the first 2 in September 2047, then 2048 with 10 defenses apiece. These are identical reigns. They both started week 1 March 2047, 2048. Both ended week 1 September 2047, 2048. Both 10 defenses. She just had, in consecutive years, Tony Khan just booked the same title reign, and fair enough. And sprinkled in that was AEW Women's World TBS title reigns, bridging the gap. So for most of her career here, I mean, she was holding AEW women's titles, and I mean, she held 32 of them, so that makes sense. Let's have a look at her achievements. Lord, she never made it into the Hall of Immortals somehow. 99% towards an inductee. Rok-C just missing out on a spot in the Hall of Immortals. She did make it into the AEW Hall of Fame. Of course, she won 32 titles. Her end of the year award, she was Female Wrestler of the Year in 2030, 2032, 2036, 2038, 2039, 2043 and 2044. And she was just overall Wrestler of the Year, so Best Female and Male, and other Wrestler of the Year in 2045, 2037, 2040, 2041, 2042. So a 3-year run there where she was the best wrestler in the world for 3 straight years. She was best wrestler in the world for 5 years overall. I mean, looking at her rankings, there's a lot of them. She started a bit lowly, 455, 459, 138, and then she climbed into the top 100. She stayed there, 75, 27, 12, and then we're in the high numbers from 2029 to 2044, 15 years, 8, 9, 7, 5, 8, 6, 1, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, 4, 9. And then, you know, with age, started to go up a bit, 37, 77, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, brought it back down in her later years, 80, 58, 34, and then retired. Rok-C, the Prodigy, what a career she's had. I mean, for 5 years of her 33-year career, best wrestler on the planet, a 3-year period where she was the best wrestler on the planet, full stop. Best female wrestler in the world on countless occasions. Incredible. I can't believe she missed out on Hall of Immortals. That is sad. Inches away. Match history-wise for Rok-C throughout her career, she fought in, my lord, she had 1,400 and, oh god, 39 matches, I want to say, yeah? And she won 1,055 of them. She only lost 384 of 1,400 odd matches. So, right from the start, Rok-C clearly booked strongly, not losing very often, doing very, very well, the Prodigy. Throughout her career, 1,055 wins, for God's sake. Average rating of 83, so it's high quality matches as well. Highest rating of 100. God. I don't want to scroll. I'll go to the years where she was the best wrestler on the planet. And I'll assume there's 100 in there. I assume there's, you know, multiple 100s throughout Rok-C's career. But if I go to the specific period where she was just, you know, the best wrestler in the world, I'm probably more likely, aren't I? I mean, look at her 2040. I think she had an injury here, so she didn't wrestle much. But when she wrestled goddamn well, didn't she? And I don't have the title thing on. She's just in title matches constantly. She is just that good. Where is this 100? She's had such a long career and so many matches. This is always going to be a struggle, isn't it? So many light blues, 99. There is a 100. I don't care about any others. This is a 100. On an episode of Rampage in June 2038, Rok-C defeated Deonna Purrazzo in a ladder match. Rok-C and Deonna Purrazzo, they showed, she's beat Deonna Purrazzo a lot of times in this year. We've seen Rok-C and Deonna Purrazzo go at it a lot in real life. And Rok-C came out on top in this ladder match for 100. An incredible match. What type of ratings was Rok-C getting? Rok-C was just landing 100s. Okay. She was just that damn good. She left WWE in... I just want to see when her last match was, honestly. Her last match with WWE was an episode of Raw. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose reunited, defeated Roxanne Perez and Elektra Lopez to retain the women's tag titles. And then she went to Rampage, and her first match was with Ronda Rousey, who's also in AEW. Incredible. What a career. So many accomplishments for Rok-C. Best wrestler on the planet 5 times, including 3 years in a row at one point. 32 titles in AEW, 16 apiece for the TBS and the Women's World. A match record of incredible matches over and over again, including perfect matches with Deonna Purrazzo. And such a positive record. 1,055 wins out of a 14. However, I'm getting a calculator. Wait, let me grab my calculator. Right. Let me try and remember how to do percentages. So it's 1439, and then I think it's... Okay, I think it's... So 384 divided by 1439, and then we times that by 100. I'm pretty sure that's it. I haven't done percentages in a while, okay? Cut me some slack. So, of a 1,400 plus match career, she lost just over 26%. So she lost about a quarter of her matches. She won about 3/4, 75%. Incredible. Rok-C, Roxanne Perez. What an incredible career she's had. I guess the big question, as always, is AEW alive? Place your bets right now. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're not. Of course they're not. Tony Khan should not be allowed to run this company. Bankrupt again, Tony? What happened? I don't see a bankruptcy warning. You folded November 2051. I mean, what happened? Yeah, you just went out of business. Mounting financial problems. Tony Khan bankrupted them again. God's sake, Tony. Every single damn time. The final AEW show, if you're wondering, ended with Austin Theory and Ben Buchanan defeating Hisashi Komaji and Tony Deppen. If you're wondering how the final AEW show went, the final AEW pay-per-view was All Out, where Darry Angel defeated Austin Theory for the TNT title in the main event. That was the end of AEW. I just want to see if Rok-C had the most title reigns, TBS-wise. Does anyone get close to her 16? No. No one gets close to her 16. And Women's World-wise, does anyone get close to her 16? I mean, Deonna Purrazzo and that's only got like 5, so I'm not going to bet on it, to be honest with you. No one's getting close. No one gets close. Rok-C, I mean, yeah. No one gets close. Where's the Hall of Fame? Does anyone get close to her accomplishments? Britt Baker's here. She was a 3-time Women's World and 4-time TBS. Deonna Purrazzo, 4-time World, 9 TBS. Hikaru Shida, 2-time Women's World, 5 times TBS. Jamie Hayter, 2-time World, 7-time TBS. But no one gets close. Like even Tay Conti, 3 and 4. To Rok-C, 16 Women's World, 16 TBS. My word. So, in conclusion, the Prodigy Rok-C. Does she live up to the nickname of the Prodigy? Yes. From the Prodigy to the legendary. 16 Women's World, 16 TBS. Best wrestler on the planet on multiple occasions, including a 3-year stretch where she was the undisputed best wrestler in the world. Incredible. What a career Rok-C has had. And yeah. Incredible, as that is it for today. We've looked at the incredible career of what is to come of Rok-C and the magic ball that is TEW. Who would you like to see this experiment done with next? Who do you want to see if they have a legendary career? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of Rok-C's career. And whilst you're down there, if you've enjoyed, why don't you leave a like and subscribe for more. And as always, I just want to say thank you for watching.